Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are doing the extreme version of the Heroes team versus the GT Goku event. So we are using double int Toa lead, so we have the 150% Heroes leader skill from her. Obviously the main focus is we're going to show off how crazy MECHIKABURA can be. We're going to have him linked up with the physical Demigra, who is not a terrible unit. Wow, we can get 9 orbs on the first turn. Not a terrible unit, but he activates like all of his links except for big bad bosses. So yeah, so you share the same 2 links with you. We'll keep AGL Toa on rotation for now, just because she is a lot better. Now that she has her Easy A, she's pretty crazy. This MECHIKABURA, we got double supports on rotation. He's got 230k defense. He gets 80% attack and defense on super attack. So he's going to be at like 400k defense on turn 1, which is pretty crazy. But, I mean, that is a nuking style unit for you. We're going to get super attacked straight away. This has got to be double digits, right? 33k. Actually, wait, no, it would have been double digits post super attack, but yeah, oh well. Fortunately, we have a lot of chance to recover. That's barely any damage. Nice big attack stat, 5 million, and then the additional normal with the crit to finish him off. I mean, there you go. So, MECHIKABURA absolutely destroying the first rotation. I need to float off Demigra, so we'll go ahead and do this. This Robel, as long as you have a Heroes unit on rotation, she has a chance to show the super attacks. It's a 50% chance. So we can see the super attack is there. She does have a 50% chance to dodge built into her passive, so we're just going to kind of hope that she is going to come through with the dodging here. And then, yeah, we float Demigra off, ready to go onto the MECHIKABURA rotation. So, of course, she's going to dodge all these straight away. Okay, she dodged every single one, so watch her get tagged by the super attack now. So, 1.58. We are basically using her for her dodge. Yeah, I swear the dodge phase comes up way earlier than that. Typical. We're using her basically for her slot 1 or 2 capabilities. We need another unit to be on the other rotation, right? Because on the super type, you can just run a Trunks on both rotations. But here, we could use a MECHIKABURA friend, but then obviously he only has the 130% leader skill. And for me personally, like, it's annoying enough when you get the wrong unit takes a super and you die in the GT Goku event. But when you're running a 130 leader, you obviously have so much less HP and defense overall. So it becomes a lot easier to just die in those annoying situations. So I didn't want to bring a friend, even though obviously, arguably having a second MECHIKABURA on the team would be incredibly powerful. It just does increase that chance that like the wrong unit takes too many attacks and they just get killed. So maybe that is actually a more effective way of doing this. I have to try it out like off camera and see how well it goes. Just because MECHIKABURA himself is so good, but obviously it's another 20% off the stats and everything that he's going to be getting. So guess we'll have to see. But Dark Mask King is going to be over on the other rotation. He guards. Once he takes the first hit of the turn, his defense spikes as well. And of course, he heals based on the damage he does. So we're basically going to have him in slot 1 and then have Robel in slot 2. And then because we're always going to have a Toa floating, they share a couple of links which will be active as well. So Dark Mask King is not going to get many links. In fact, I think he only shares 1 link with Robel, and I think it's a key link. But saying that, my Dark Mask King is full level 10 link, so it might do something. It probably does something extra at level 10. I'll have to check and see what that is. But Robel coming in clutch with the crit here, because we definitely don't really want the Darkness Toas to be taking damage. So can she finish him off? Oh, we get the additional normal. Let's go. Because yeah, he probably normal attacks her for at least 20 or 30k even this early on, because unfortunately Demon Goddess Toa, her defense is not the best. So I can't get a really good amount of orbs here for MECHIKABURA. I'm just going to hope that the super attack's not in slot 1, because at least we can get 4. That gives him a defensive buff, but obviously we're not going to get a crazy attack stat. Although he has all of his links except big bad bosses. We have the support. Yeah, 21k from Demigra. Not too crazy, but next year I think the Demigra is one of the units that is going to be getting an Easy A. So if he gets an Easy A next year, this rotation of him and MECHIKABURA together is going to be actually ridiculous. Especially if they make it so that he's a really good slot 1 unit. Because MECHIKABURA can still be good in slot 1 if you pick up enough orbs, but obviously getting that massive buff on super that he does, you would really ideally want him to be in slot 2. So if that Demigra becomes a great slot 1 unit, then that rotation is going to be very, very fun. And of course, we have the 2 Demon Goddess Toas on the team, so we've just utilised the heal and buff from one of them. Unfortunately, the way the game works, we also used our support memory at the same time, but it means we are back on full health. We get a little bit of an extra buff, so Dark Mask King. He's not going to be putting out crazy numbers throughout the run, but he's going to be a solid defense. So basically our other rotation here is more about the defense, and then MECHIKABURA on the other turn is supposed to be dishing out the damage. So I should really start properly trying to plan out the orbs that we leave ready for the next rotation as well, because you definitely need to think about the orbs that you're collecting with MECHIKABURA. Especially, like I said, when we get to that final stage and we have type disadvantage, we might have to prioritise picking up the orbs that just give us defense over the offense ones. So, because yeah, here we can get 4 orbs. We get a little bit. Well, we don't need a heal actually. So, go ahead and do this. We're getting fairly close to the Dokkan attack. I probably should avoid same type orbs for the time being. I would quite like to get past Super Saiyan 3 Goku without having to use the Dokkan attack. Because if we can get a Dokkan attack with MECHIKABURA on the Ozaru, that would be really, really good. Because that damage would be crazy. Because otherwise that like this rotation, we do not want to be getting the Dokkan attack with this rotation. It would be very weak. So I'm going to go ahead and avoid all the same type orbs here. Do this. Because yeah, I think I might be able to pick up all those AGL orbs with MECHIKABURA next turn without it triggering the Dokkan attack if I get same type orbs to everybody else. But that does of course mean we need to finish him off on the next turn. But I think we're getting too close to actually getting the Dokkan attack go off to avoid it. So can she dodge the super? She keeps showing us where the super attack is and then she doesn't dodge it. So I think we probably have the other darkness, the Demon Goddess Toa heal to come up here. So no, so I guess this is the one that we have used already. So now I guess we're shifting to we want the Dokkan attack this turn. So we'll do this, grab these, and then we'll grab these for you. So this should be a pretty big attack here from our boy. Let's try not to miss any of these nodes here. Hopefully it doesn't go super fast. Oh no, it's going incredibly slowly. Alright, so we can get all of those. So we get the full damage modifier. We got a pretty decent amount of orbs. We've got the support from Darkness Tower. Yeah, 7 million attack stat. So with the full Dokkan attack multiplier, if we can crit here, this damage is going to be pretty sweet. You get the crit? Oh, yeah, 10 million. And that is Goku just gone. Alright, yeah, that was very solid. Alright, so now we're here, back to full health. So we still have one of our Toa passives. And then we also have the actual AGL Darkness Toa one as well. So going to get rid of these non-STR orbs here, put these all together. And then we can give those all to MECHIKABURA next turn. Because it doesn't necessarily need the defense as much, because he at least has type advantage. Dark Mask King taking the super is ideal here, because he's at least going to guard. He will still take a fair bit because he didn't get hit first. He gets a 100% defense buff when he takes the first hit. But 120k, we can take that. Definitely need Rebel to dodge because she's not going to tank these hits super well. 150k. Okay, that is a bit more than I expected. I mean, she is 90% for me. And of course, she is obviously only an SSR. Oh no, actually no, this can work because we can do this and do this. So it still saves all of these STR orbs here for you. Go ahead and do this. Unfortunately, our health was just too low to get the buff from Darkness Toa. So I think what we're going to have to do is we'll grab this AGL orb here. Both of these guys should be fine if they get supered. And then I think next turn we're probably going to have to use our first item. But it's not too bad. 8 million attack stat for MECHIKABURA here. That's pretty good. Additional normal, still doing a huge chunk of damage. Wow. And then he's going to get supered. Surely he takes nothing from this. Yeah, 50k. Basically nothing. Very, very good. And then 2 million attack stat for Toa as well. Considering she's here just to be a support unit, that is a pretty decent amount of damage out of her as well. Alright, so there's a super attack at the end. Oh, do we even kill him this turn? Because if we don't, we're taking a lot of damage here. So we go ahead and do this. Yeah, I think we just have to use this. Get the damage reduction. And then I don't know if Toa might not actually even survive. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out here. I don't want to use the Whis as well. Because I don't know if this is going to be the final turn for the Golden Ape. They're not going to do a lot of damage. She's not going to crit. I think we're definitely not killing him this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Whis. There's not a lot of Toa friends on the friend list at the moment, so I really don't want to get this far and then die. So, going to double up with the items. Means we won't take a lot of damage. Because if Rebel doesn't dodge, even with a Princess Snake active, that 150k, she's still going to be taking like 100k with Princess Snake active. So, if we activate the Whis as well, of course she gets the crit, but unfortunately it's just not enough damage. Toa definitely not going to be dealing any sort of crazy damage here. And then we can just have MECHIKABURA finish him off on the next rotation. Maybe she could dodge this? Okay. 100k still, wow. With a Princess Snake and a Whis active, that is actually kind of crazy. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this. See, the AGL Toa, her heal thing could be so useful, but below 30% is such a very specific niche that we have to get to. But yeah, MECHIKABURA easily going to finish him off here. 8 million attack stat with those AGL orbs there. 5 million damage, no crit. Pretty good. So moving on to Goku. This actually is where the rotation starts looking pretty good. As long as Toa doesn't take a super attack, obviously. But what is your defense start turn? Only 66k. I feel like the Dark Mask King actually probably takes less damage off of this super attack than she does because of the guard. And he's getting hit first, so he's getting his massive defense buff. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll leave all of that. Look at all those AGL orbs collected up there ready for MECHIKABURA next turn. This is going to be very good. Toa getting super attacked at the end would be bad, but we know it's at the front. So I think this rotation is going to be looking pretty good. Yeah, double-digit damage after that initial hit. And then the super attack does less than 100k? 87, yeah. It's pretty good. It's just unfortunate that because he doesn't have a great link partner, he's obviously not doing crazy damage. So we're not really getting a huge amount of healing out of him. But at the end of the day, anything is better than nothing. This rotation, like I say, is mainly supposed to be the defensive backup for the MECHIKABURA rotation. Of course, she dodges all the attacks when she's got type advantage. But yeah, crit from Toa, decent damage from her, and an additional super. She's so good now, like post Easy A. Like the support she gives is great. Her defense is good. 2 super attacks where she crit for over 1 million damage. I mean, it's a pretty solid turn. So now let's see. Do we want to put you in slot 1? Your defense is 114. We don't know where a super attack is going to be. MECHIKABURA's defense is going to be very high after I pick up all of these as well. So we could probably put him in slot 1. Let's do it. So we'll do that. We get a little bit of a heal off of the rainbow orbs as well. And then we can drop down these in orbs for Toa, or just this one, I should say. Do we need to use an item here? I want to save the Whis for when we're up against full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just because of the type disadvantage for MECHIKABURA. But yeah, look at that. Double digits in slot 1 before supering. There's the level 3 dodge as well. You love to see it. 8.2 million. Man, and this is on double 150 leads as well. No big bad bosses active. Like, whew. We need a really, really good link partner for this guy to come out for some of his other teams, like Terrifying Conquerors, because this Demigra and the Int one, they're not on those categories. And, oh man, on that team, Terrifying Conquerors is a pretty crazy team anyway. But, yeah, this guy on that team, where he has a bunch of other units that can give him big bad bosses as well, oh, it'd be so good. But yeah, as you can see, I've been leveling his links. It did come up earlier on. I'll show it when he's next on rotation, but I think he's mostly at like 6, 7s, and 8s at this point. I don't think he has a single one at 10 yet, but man, there are a lot of new units to be doing all these things for. So, okay, so for this turn, I think we have to do this. Unfortunately, we just can't have Toa in the last spot getting hit with a super attack. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and do this. Let's grab those for you. We've got a nice trail of AGL orbs going up the middle for MECHIKABURA next turn. Because yeah, Toa, she just gets destroyed this turn if we don't use an item, and want to have to use one if we don't have to. So that Rebel ability, super useful, even though it's only a 50% chance for it to activate, so it's not ideal, but very, very useful. Because if we didn't have that ability, and I didn't see the super attack in the end, would I have moved her? Maybe I would, because look how many attacks there are in that final spot. Toa is not made for taking a bunch of hits when you don't have an item active, whereas there you go, look at this. Double-digit damage, or, 100, close enough. Okay, so, do we finish him off here? We can get 7 orbs if we go this way. We probably finish him off this turn. I don't know if MECHIKABURA is actually going to be able to get the KO here, but yeah, I think let's do this. So what are we going to get here? Don't get super attacked in slot 1. Double-digit damage from the normal attacks. I mean, that's just crazy. He's so good. I said it in the Rainbow Showcase for him, but I honestly think like it's worth summoning on the Heroes banner just to try and get him, because he is super good. And obviously in the future, we are definitely at some point going to get a unit that's going to work super well with him on some of those other teams. And then, man, he's going to be so fun to run. And obviously, you know, from the next banner on, he's going to be unfeatured. So it won't be until the time comes around that he gets added to the Greystone thing. Because obviously, remember, this year, the units you could get with the Greystone, it didn't include any of the ones from last year, like the Super Saiyan 4s. So he won't be available to get next year unless you manage to pull him in that unfeatured spot. So he is really, really good. I'm really tempted to have to use an item here because we're going to take so many hits. Dark Mask King is fine in slot 1. He's not going to do a crazy amount of damage. Maybe if he crits and then the Toas can finish off Goku. They're not taking a huge amount of attacks, but what's the best way to do this? I think we can do it here. This is going to be we need Dark Mask King to come through. Okay, we're getting supered in slot 1, so that's good. So we're not going to take crazy damage. We've got double supports for the 2 Toas as well, so obviously their defense is as high as... Oh, wow, yeah, that was like no damage at all. We really need the Toas to come in clutch here. If they take, what, 120k from a normal attack, then we're dead before the end of the turn. So, let's see. Obviously, both of them have the potential to dodge as well, which would definitely come in handy. But how much are we going to take here? 87k. Okay, whew. So we survive the turn at least. Although, she had Shattering the Limit active with Dark Mask King, which gives her a little bit of extra defense. So this one might take more. Okay, yeah, she takes more, but we still live. Whew. That was a bit of a close one. So we'll go ahead. Oh, look at this. Get a big defensive buff, get a nice heal off of the Rainbow Orbs. Very nice. So we actually don't need to use an item this turn, which is good, because then going into the next turn, we can get ourselves situated. We still technically got both of our items left for full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So don't dodge this. Okay, good. That would have been horrendous. But yeah, no crit needed. He finishes him off, and let's go on to the next one. So this is where we've at least now got a bunch of type advantage with some of our units. So we can go ahead and do this. I want to try and save all of the AGL orbs for MECHIKABURA. So we're going to grab those. And then I guess I could get this one. Actually, no. How do I... if I do this, it's going to drop that one down. So we'll go ahead and... Princess... do I want a Whis here? I feel like I need to use an item just because it's very possible that Toa gets super attacked at the end, which would not be good. So we'll go ahead and use this. And then, yeah, we'll grab this because it'll bring down the AGL orb there as well as the rainbow. So we've got a nice connection up to the top now. So we've got a very good selection of orbs to pick up with MECHIKABURA there. So as long as we don't get super attacked in the last slot, we're not going to take too much damage. We should survive it even if we do because of the item. So we should be looking good here. Obviously, the big one is going to be whether or not MECHIKABURA gets a crit on the next turn. So Toa taking the super, not ideal, but at least she has type advantage. So that plus the Princess Snake still takes 120k. But MECHIKABURA is going to give us some HP back with the Rainbow Orbs. I do love the fact that they used that mechanic on another unit after the LR Broly trio by making the different coloured orbs affect different parts of his passive. And then they threw in the Rainbow Orbs heal you as well, which is rather nice. So, alright, so we'll go ahead and do this. Actually, we could be getting another Dokkan attack here. No, I don't think so. Maybe? Do I use the Whis here, though? This is the only question, because if we get super attacked in slot 1, it is GG. So I think we will go ahead and do this. Grab these. Do we get the Dokkan attack here? We do. Oh, okay. If this is a crit, this is going to be a big turn. I mean, with the damage multiplier, we should still do a decent amount of damage if we don't crit, but it's obviously not going to be anywhere near as good. Oh, we missed one. All right. So we've almost got the full damage multiplier here. This is going to be very, very good if we actually can get the crit. Come on, MECHIKABURA. I should have looked to see what his attack stat is. It's probably around 8 million against it. Yeah, crit for 9.7, and then an additional for like over 2 million from a normal attack with a crit. That is actually crazy. If he double supered, because that follow-up attack was a crit, if we double supered, we would have killed him. That was actually insane. Well, maybe, because I guess the first attack was the Dokkan attack, so it's not going to do exactly the same amount, but he takes 150k with the Whis active post-super, so on a 150 lead team, he's definitely still taking some damage from super attacks from full power Goku, but still, that was a very impressive attack from him. I mean, considering some of the weaker units that we have on this team compared to how beefy the super version is, especially because of the lower leader skill and everything as well, like, I think this has been a pretty successful run for these guys. So let's leave all of these STR orbs all here. In fact, we could probably drop. Although actually, I guess we don't want STR orbs, do we? Because we need that defense. Right, we'll do this. We've still got the Whis active this turn anyway, so this isn't going to be too bad. Dark Mask King's not going to take any damage. We're on full health, so we're not getting a huge effect out of his heal. The only problem spot is potentially Rebel in the middle, because the one thing that's definitely really annoying about her passive is because it's only a 50% chance to reveal the enemy super attacks, we don't know whether it just didn't go off or whether he's just not super attacking this. There you go. So it didn't go off and she's taking the super. So with a Whis active, she should live this. Whew, 294k. That's a lot of damage. That's with a Whis active as well, because, I mean, yeah, she's one of the ones, like the Brainwash Supreme Kai of Time, she's only an SSR, so, yeah, that was pretty brutal. But, yes, we get the turn. Oh, this is the heal with Toa turn. This is the turn we wanted. Oh, but if we get STR orbs, we're getting the attack buff. We're not getting a defensive buff. We've got no item active. So, if he super attacks in slot 1, we die. And I will just keep the video, because this has been a crazy ride so far, but 48k pre-super. Now it's 10 million. We did it. Over 10 million attack stat with MECHIKABURA. We don't get the crit, though. We get the additional super, 10.7. Come on, crit. Crit. We take double-digit damage. So with the 60% buff, Demigra, actually, what's his attack stat going to be? 2.7. That's not terrible. Could he crit? Finish him off? Oh, no crit. Still takes 66k? Oh my god, this is getting so close. What's Toa's defense going to be like here? 56k, oh my god. We are so close. So we're going to have to do... Okay, well, she's not getting attacked in the middle, so... I think it's pretty much impossible for Dark Mask King to die here. So, wow, what a crazy ride that was at the end. We actually got the Toa turn with MECHIKABURA and got a 10 million attack stat with him. That is... pretty nice. And then look at that, the first hit of the turn was the super, so like he really pulled out all the stops right at the end here to try and finish us off, but we should get the finish with Rebel here because her passive didn't go off again, so we didn't know that super attack was going to happen right in slot 1, and she might actually finish him off here with a 1.58. No, she doesn't. Okay, so it's going to be up to Demon Goddess Toa. She's only got a million. Imagine if she didn't crit, she doesn't take him out. Okay, good. Alright, well, there you go. So that is the extreme version of a Dragon Ball Heroes team using double Demon Goddess Toa leads. MECHIKABURA is an absolute machine. That was actually ridiculous. So I was very happy to have done that run. It was definitely very tricky. We used all our items, but hey, we got it done. So just imagine when Rebel gets her awakening, potentially next year, because there's not many heroes and units left that need awakenings now, and then this guy Demigra gets an easy A, This run going to be pretty disgusting. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.